There wasn't much bumming in it, to be fair.
And on that note, welcome to 2.5 Large Men. We are, in order,
Billy Ash,
Aaron Chapman,
Alec Lambert.
And we'll be talking about, amongst other things, superheroes.
Not sure I feel about the last name.
Oh no. We'll bleep them out.
Yeah. Just bleep out mine.
Yeah, we'll be talking about superheroes, video games. Actually, tell you what, I said Aaron Chapman in the UKIP one, and I actually had people email me. It was freaking ridiculous.
Oh, like Farage is the best.
Yeah, like they got really annoyed.
I'd get them. Oh dear.
Darkest corners of the internet are a dangerous place.
I don't want to talk about UKIP.
So as long as we don't talk about UKIP. Equally, then they've won. Maybe they silenced me.
They're not terrorists.
Crusading journalist Aaron Chapman.
Quite right, we shouldn't be silenced.
No, indeed.
Did you see that thing? There's a UKIP thing about Brexit. It's like Brexit or you'll be raped and killed.
What?
They were like, if you don't Brexit, there'll be too many immigrants coming who'll rape you and then do a terrorist attack.
That's a hard sell.
That is insane.
I mean, that's what their point they're trying to get.
Imagine that is your genuine worldview, though. That'd be terrifying. Anyway, we're veering on to it.
What are we actually talking?
They're going to come for me. Batman. That's safe. No one gets annoyed at Batman.
Superheroes. Generally.
Yeah, noticed this year the superheroes are falling out for some reason.
Superheroes are falling out.
I guess they've had like a decade of films, and now they're like, we need to mix it up.
Well, they've run out of generic villains.
Yeah.
They might start going to actual villains that might be hard to do, so they're just bashing the action figures they've already got together.
Yeah, I mean, like, because it's an easy way to do it, because you don't need to think of a new character, you just take another character, and they can fight that one.
Well, they've reinvented Batman to be...
And I think they really liked the whole...
Batman.
Yeah. Ben Affleck Batman. I actually like Ben Affleck Batman, though.
Ben Affleck is probably one of the better Batman.
And he's probably the best part of that film.
Michael Keaton's best Batman.
Well, Michael Keaton is Batman in real life. Like, he's a slightly psychotic man obsessed with his own self-image, who's convinced Birdman isn't about him.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, no, it's not about me. It is, though. He's like, no. Another guy. I'm not like that. You are.
Jesus.
It's kind of sad in a way. I mean, Val Kilmer's a good one now on another note. But George Clooney wasn't right.
Bat nipples.
I think he just had a terrible writing stuff.
Because George Clooney is like what Bruce Wayne is all the time. So he can't really play Batman.
I think Ben Affleck is a fine Batman. Jeremy Irons is a pretty good Alfred as well.
It's a shame about.
Why don't you get two actors, one to play Bruce Wayne and then the other to play the alias Batman? Don't actually make a reference to it or acknowledge it, but have two actors to
especially
play
if they're like dramatically differing heights.
I was about to say, would they be like massive different sizes? Would you have like Woody Allen and Batista?
Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito in a spiritual sequel to Twins.
I'm not Batman, I am Bruce Wayne.
And Danny DeVito's short and tall, chubby,
I don't think
rolling around.
I don't think anyone would have any idea what was going on.
Much like Batman vs Superman.
There's that Mitchell and Webb sketch, wasn't there? The two Sherlock Holmeses.
Oh, and they keep swapping in between scenes.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I imagined that, basically.
But they're never on screen at the same time. They are the same, in theory.
Yeah. Okay,
if you do it like Batman and Alfred, that'd be funnier.
Well, Danny DeVito as Batman and Arnold Schwarzenegger as Alfred.
And they swap.
It was a mistake in the script, they never admitted it.
Master Wayne, you're too old. I am also probably too old.
You just gotta trust me on this one.
Well, they literally just swap everything.
They just swap in between.
Every door frame they walk through.
No, as he goes down into the elevator, he appears, and it's
Oh, good, classic segue that one.
But yeah, I think that could have been a better film than Batman vs Superman.
I mean,
it was fine. It was like a 6 out of 10, maybe.
I mean, because when I was watching it, I checked out for like an hour, and then I came back for an hour, already still an hour and a half left, and I didn't feel like I missed anything. I still knew exactly where we were. It was just they haven't started punching yet.
Did you miss the Aquaman thing then?
No, I saw that video.
Oh, okay.
Weird.
Yeah, it was a bit weird.
And how someone in LexCorp has made all their logos for them.
It's nice, isn't it?
It's
it's like a creative design team. I think he's got the money.
Yeah, because to explain it to Will, who hasn't seen it, like superhero films.
That's correct.
Batman steals stuff from Lex Luthor's computers, and it's got a section called Metahumans. And inside that subfolder are more subfolders of Wonder Woman, Cyborg and Aquaman, and they've all got little logos that someone's made for them on the folders, which is really nice.
There's like the F and the lightning bolt for Flash, and Cyborg is like the whole
the two W's for Wonder Woman,
and the big C. And it means he's also named them though, because that little kid clearly hasn't named himself Flash yet, and Cyborg appears to have just been a freak accident.
Is a cyborg. That's not very imaginative.
Yeah, true. Wonder Woman is a very very big stretch though.
She kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, she was alright. I liked her introduction.
Yeah, but as great as it was, there was that bit. Why
yeah.
does she keep going? It's Zack Snyder's fault, really. How she'd sort of appear and she'd like defend, and then she'd be in slow motion for about 10 seconds, and then she'd go from standing still to just flying across the fucking room, like with her sword out. It just looked really weird. Like she went from a dead stop to full flying forward with sword raised.
I really disliked the music in the end sequence as well. Like some of the music was fine, like some of it was quite good, but like in the end scene, it was just like as soon as Doomsday appears, or the fucking reanimated corpse of General Zod, it just becomes like this pounding techno.
Yeah,
it's not very fun to listen to.
So you wouldn't rate the soundtrack then in the film?
Like I said, the first half's fine. Like there's some really nice pieces when Batman's just being a detective. Like there's some where he's just snooping around the house. And there's some quite nice music there. He's snoopy. I mean, he's actually a detective in this one, which no other Batman I can think of really has done.
Hey, Christopher Nolan's Batman put that bullet into a computer.
Oh, yeah, and he bugs the entire city.
Yeah.
If that can be classed as detective work.
Mass surveillance. That's the ultimate detective work. Yeah. Where is he? I don't know. I'll just ask everyone at once. There he is. He's over there.
I'll hack all their mobiles. Solved it.
How good was his Wi-Fi connection? Because it takes me ages to download like an app. And he's streaming sonar data from every mobile phone in the city simultaneously.
Probably got a wired connection to the exchange.
or to each phone. Yeah. It's the world's greatest stealth. Every phone's got a micro USB plugged into it and they haven't noticed.
Because I felt I could be the greatest detective if I had access to every phone in the city.
Yeah, not even just like listening. They just generate a map.
Because I mean, Sherlock had like what, a bunch of little boys who ran around and told him stuff.
Oh yeah, they're down
the Baker Street
Irregulars.
He wasn't Oscar Wilde. Like they weren't just boys. They were like a homeless network as well. We didn't have a group of oiled boys that would burst into applause whenever he came into a room.
That's how I remember Sherlock.
Yeah, I mean they were homeless. And I found that, not to go into a tangent, quite dark. The fact that Sherlock Holmes is supposed to be nice in his portrayal of giving kids money to spy for him in dangerous situations. But actually, he doesn't ever alleviate them from poverty. He just gives them enough to keep them wanting to come back for more.
Imagine if he did alleviate from poverty, he's lost his spy network. I mean, Batman's got a supercomputer. He needs to kill it somehow.
He's got a bat computer, yeah.
But in response to Alex, I think Sherlock Holmes is meant to be basically have quite a few traits related to Asperger's, but secretly a nice person inside.
I thought he was just a wanker.
Yeah, I think I thought the idea was he's supposed to be like a bit of a potential wanker. Because I'm pretty sure the whole Sherlock Holmes is on the autistic spectrum thing only came around in the 21st century. I'm pretty sure he was.
Well, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Arthur Conan Doyle probably just wrote it as, he's a kind of quite smart asshole.
Which is when autism was invented.
Well, he's a genius, so he's eccentric. But he does lots of cases where he doesn't accept any form of payment for them. I know he doesn't need the money, but
that's because he's a thrill hunter, isn't he? He gets off on it.
Yeah, he does get off on it. Clearly, because
that's weird.
Watson even says in the books, because obviously Watson's the narrator, how like a form of euphoria comes over Holmes, not just from opium, but also from discovering something.
But like, would you rather a doctor does your heart surgery because he's highly trained and well paid, or because he's got a stiffy on the whole way through it?
I don't mind, so long as he sorts me out, really.
What if some fluid?
I mean, that's something. Batman never asked for payment. Like he's
Batman's a millionaire.
He's poor. Sherlock Holmes is affluent.
Batman's considerably richer than Sherlock Holmes.
That's Batman's primary superpower, is being stinkingly filthy rich.
But he's doing it all for a stiffy as well. Like
that is true.
Batman does just fucking love beating up poor people and crippling them.
Batman could live his life in relative comfort. I mean, Gotham's not 100% ruined.
I mean, he could invest in it as well. Like he could do some community outreach.
Yeah, like cinematic universe Batman could arguably do more good starting charities and foundations than he could punching random street criminals. And also, what he's doing is creating then families of with children from shattered homes because their dad went out one day and came back with no health insurance, unable to move his arms. And ever since then, they've had no money coming in whatsoever. Yeah, and Daddy started kicking Mummy, and Mummy started crying in the bath.
There's a small chance that they'd have like a widow's payment. Or like a death in service payment.
You think Ra's al Ghul's got like a widower's pension fund?
I think Penguin's got a really good death in service scheme.
Well,
the Joker. He burned all that money, but he kept some aside for his henchmen's.
Theoretically, yes. I see what you mean. Any supervillain who works for the public sector as maybe an alter alias will have a death in service payment.
But for his hired goons?
I mean,
No,
I suppose they'd just be independent contractors, like Deliveroo riders and Uber drivers.
Yeah, so they're already in the shit.
oh, that'd be sad if there's fucking app supervillain. He's like, he wants to do a crime for me.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Retweet.
You download the crime app and you go to a location and you accept the crime job.
Watchdog has something like that. It's really weird. They're called fixers, and like you just ring them. It's like, I need a hit on this person, and they're all there within 20 seconds. It's like, fuck, what an amazing city. You can order a murder in 20 seconds.
That's good.
That is good. That's good service.
Ridiculous.
Do you reckon they've got a slightly dodgy business model like Deliveroo?
I very reckon so. I reckon you must be cutting off like fat stacks off the side of the hitman business.
Do they cycle around with big boxes of guns on their back, like uphill?
Cost cutting measures, really.
Yeah.
Oh no, cost cutting, sorry.
What did you say?
Cost cutting.
Cost cutting. Oh.
I know, I have a very odd diction.
In terms of like the Superman parts of Batman vs Superman,
The best bits of Superman stuff was when Batman tried to punch him and he just was like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's all super strong and Batman just like decking him and he just stood there like, I'm not bothered.
And the weirdest bit was where he like totaled the Batmobile and he's like, the man is dead tonight, consider this a mercy. And it's like, obviously he's not going to stop.
No.
He's a mad monk.
Poor Henry Cavill, he's turning up in films and he's fine in them, but the films get torn apart.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to give a shit though. Like compared to Ben Affleck, he was just happy to be there. Like,
well, yeah, I think because he doesn't have the ambition of Ben Affleck. He wants $1 bills.
Ben Affleck wants to be like seen as a good director and stuff. He wants to be seen as an artist.
I mean, I think he gave it a damn good shot. I mean, if Zack Snyder stops writing them, they might be alright, you know.
They shouldn't let Zack Snyder knit anything.
No.
Like loads
They
of
should
stuff.
they should let him do like his own, because he likes Sucker Punch. That was like his pet project. He should just continue to do those so I can continue to not watch them.
It's like 300 was all right.
Yeah, that was like well over a decade ago.
Yeah, you can't keep doing them.
He's long expended. Oh, it was a decade ago. He's long since expended the goodwill from 300.
That was a good film, though. You know, it would last a long time, a goodwill from that. It's quite an iconic film.
Man of Steel, Zack Snyder? Or was that Nolan?
No, it was Zack Snyder, yeah. Nolan was executive producer, like he's on all of these, which basically means he walks in and goes, yeah, this is still shit and I still hate it, and then walks out.
Basically, he walks in, someone hands him the wheelbarrow of cocaine, and he leaves again.
Then he gets back to making Interstellar 2 or whatever he's doing now.
He's
trying to come
He's not that good a director.
He is.
His films are alright. They're very visually arresting.
Love Memento, lovely, great film.
Oh,
amazing.
Well, Interstellar's okay.
Interstellar's fine.
It doesn't make any sense.
I think the thing is,
I think you have to watch the film fully focused on Interstellar. It's one of those.
I did. I got the plot. It was just stupid.
Yeah, I think like Memento and whatever the other one was called.
I just don't generally believe that level of warp drive technology is possible within the near future.
But you didn't have a problem with the 5-dimensional tesseract built by future humans.
Yeah, what about the future human aliens?
That's fine.
Matthew McConaughey could visit Murph. Throughout all stages of her life, and then gets picked up by space rangers.
I mean,
but what are they doing out? What are they doing out there? Don't say ranging.
Also, the entire thing is circular, as we proved before, because the whole thing relies on him saving humanity prior to that to get them into space to save him.
Well, like Inception.
No, it's not, because Inception had Inception had like tangible logic, like it worked because it wasn't circular. It was going deeper. It was linear, then straight back up.
Yeah, Inception had an end.
Yeah, whereas Interstellar was a kind of shitty roundabout where he fulfills the circumstances that save him, which he never could have done because they never would have saved him initially.
Don't let Zack Snyder or Christopher Nolan knit any more superhero movies.
I mean, let Chris Nolan knit films again. Maybe lock Zack Snyder in a box and shoot him into space.
Like when your director has made a film be so badly received it causes a complete tonal shift in another film. Suicide Squad with the reshoots.
Oh my god! And
like they have said with reshooting the film to add more humour after everyone said Batman vs Superman was really whingy.
I think it's really bad when Ant-Man and like Guardians of the Galaxy are better received and seemingly more popular than the two biggest superheroes there are.
Because I mean, like obviously Marvel's got its formula and it is just quips ahoy,
quips fight.
Bright and breezy.
New character.
But they're still it's entertaining. I don't necessarily want to see Superman punch another Krypton through an IHOP for half an hour.
I haven't changed this room since my father died.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of swiveling the painting upside down because we now know that devils don't come from the ground. They come from the sky.
So,
Like, what the fuck was that?
Lex Luthor sucked in that film.
Oh my god.
Like, he's got
he's got a couple of
Jesse
good lines.
Eisenberg is awful in it. Like,
Generally.
Hey.
he just plays this really weird, like, skittish. But not. It's just bad. Like,
It was almost like a cheap version of the Joker. Like,
Yeah,
they tried to write a bad Joker.
The only good bit is when he's doing that weird, like, blood magic. To make Zod into a Doomsday.
And he's not speaking there, is what you'll notice, because he shut the fuck up for once. No, I really wanted to like Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. I think if Lex Luthor had been fine, and Batman had been fine, irrespective of the rest of it, it could have been a pretty good film. But
they weren't.
Ben Affleck was fine, and Jesse Eisenberg was
Because Superman's quite an inherently boring character.
I mean, he's space Jesus.
Like, you can be solar powered space Jesus. The sun makes him stronger. And like, you can do the whole ghost dad stuff, and yeah. But when both of his dads are dead, it's like, okay, what's his character conflict?
Save his mum.
Oh, he's just too
Dealing
good.
with fame.
Well, he doesn't deal with fame. He's not Superman.
Power.
Well, he's not Superman all the time.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
He just hides. He puts on those glasses. Someone's like, "Where'd he go?" Like a bit like a guard from Metal Gear Solid game. And he doesn't get corrupted by power because his whole thing is he's uncorruptible.
Yeah, he's insanely good. Like the only thing they can really play off is that he destroyed a bit too much.
And even then, it wasn't on purpose.
Yeah.
And they did make a deliberate point in like Batman vs Superman going, it's okay because this area they're in has been evacuated previously.
I love that.
Or like
that island's been unoccupied for years. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You're still going to destroy the buildings there, but now I know no one's dying.
Or he's in the middle of downtown Metropolis, and they're like, is it Metropolis or Metropolis? And they're like, luckily it's gone office hours, so no one's in these office buildings anymore. Everyone's gone home.
Yeah,
So
only
cleaners.
I was about to say
Yeah.
Security.
And that, no, they're fine. They don't count.
So basically, people with menial jobs die.
Yeah.
apparently.
And there's a bit where they go
Batman doesn't even register them on the class scale.
They go to a port in Gotham.
They do,
and
and
they're like,
they blow that up.
It's okay, the port's abandoned, but they're still storing like millions of litres of like explosive, I assume oil or something there. Like, why would that still be there?
Yeah, there's one point
Can't
where they
just hand wave that away.
They crash into there's the park where Superman's statue is, and they crash into like the area next to it, and it's obviously in like the middle of like the Metropolis Finance District or whatever, and they're like, this is abandoned, there's no one here, or this is late at night, there's no one here. It's like, I think there's going to be massive structural damage again, and you can't override it with that line.
I mean, I'll say that for Civil War, they don't do that. They do it a bit, but like if there's an area that is populated, it kind of comes back to bite them. Like, the whole point of Civil War is that they keep having civilian casualties.
I like that in Age of Ultron, because they spend all that time evacuating that town. That's like the entire end thing is them evacuating a town.
It doesn't work either.
Nope.
They still kill loads of people.
Planet's back to Earth.
There's a bit where they're fighting, like from the trailer, they're fighting an airport. Trailer. It's a really good scene actually.
Yeah.
And they go, the airport's evacuated, and they go, Stark. It's like, alright, fair enough, they've evacuated the airport. And they're still getting shit for it because they smashed up an airport.
Well, I mean, you can't just smash up an airport if you're annoyed.
And the whole sort of like the trigger point of the Civil War crisis is they went to like Nigeria to try and solve something, and people ended up dying. And then it's just nice that they've actually bothered to try and give them some sort of weight to the huge amount of civilian casualties these people always issue. Because they did it like in Age of Ultron, they were like, oh, Hulk, he smashed up this random town. Oh, Sokovia. Oh, nothing really happens. Whereas in Civil War, there's actually tangible consequences.
I mean, this is one thing I think is weird they haven't done yet with this whole trend of like superhero civilian damage. Like, there is a comic book, Planet Hulk, where Hulk gets launched into space because he's too much of a fucking liability.
Can't launch Mark Ruffalo into space. He's too dreamy.
Because they're like, okay, Hulk, you've destroyed yet another thing. We can't keep doing this. We're going to launch you to, Planet Zod or whatever. Wrong
Planet Hulk. We found a planet which is conveniently
we've named it Planet Hulk.
Excellent.
And here you go.
Continuity.
But yeah, and like he gets shot off there. Iron Man opposes it. No one else really gives a shit, and they just shoot him off.
Did they ask Bruce Banner?
I think so.
What's his opinion?
I mean, Bruce Banner's like a really whiny, he's terrified of the monster within, so he's probably like, if I can save humanity
by being shot into space,
it'll be fine.
How would you tie a Hulk to something long enough to shoot him into space? If they get Superman to do it, like. How would you?
Wrong franchise.
Thor could do it, maybe.
Or maybe. I mean, Thor gets fucking knocked for six by Hulk, though. I don't know. But yeah, okay. So the central, I thought the central issue in Civil War was the Superhero Registration Act.
It's not really. It's not registration. It's more like they So instead of the Avengers being this random bunch of vigilantes operating out of, Stark's special little house, they're like a UN oversight, and they've got a panel that tells them what to do. And that's the thing. And then we're like, oh, but what if, they send us somewhere we're not needed, or they don't send us somewhere we are. And that conflict only really works in the Marvel universe, because in Marvel universe they've shown that like most organisations that aren't the Avengers are evil. Like Shield's full of Nazis. All politicians are evil. So if that was in the real world, everyone would be like, oh yeah, obviously, you can't just have these random like 8 super, like 2 of them who are, you've got the Hulk who's unkillable and uncontrollable, Thor who's actually a god, Vision who has the power of a god. The Scarlet Witch, who could probably destroy a country if she could be asked. They don't really just run around and jump like international borders in pursuit of vague crime. But because it's the Marvel universe, obviously everyone's evil. So then it's like, well, why is anyone agreeing to this? The last time you worked with an agency, they turned out to be Nazis.
Yeah, and I
blew the shit out of Washington DC with helicarriers, which they get blamed for. It wasn't their fault. They didn't do that.
So, just to confirm, which side is who on? Because I thought Tony Stark was on the side of registration in this, which he's not in the comic books.
Tony, Iron Man, Black Widow, War Machine, obviously.
Black Panther.
Black Panther's kind of, he is. Spider-Man.
I'm
Vision.
looking forward to Spider-Man.
He's really good. They're all on the side of we should have oversight because otherwise we're too dangerous. And Vision puts forward this point of he just goes like, I've done a calculation. Ooh, quippy, roll the eyes. It's like every time we get stronger, the enemies get stronger as well, and they cause more conflict, which causes more deaths. So if we get oversight, it causes less deaths, which is a good thing. And then Captain America goes, no, another thing. We'll do what's right.
See, because I think it makes more sense in the comic books, because Tony Stark is the kind of man who would be very fine with running an outfit outside of his basement, and Captain America is very much a man who loves the government. And so I think in that, then their dispositions naturally match the opposite argument in the Marvel film.
Well, you could ask in the film universe that Iron Man, he's keeps saying his creations killing innocent people. True. So that's turned him against
Iron Man 3. And Iron Man 2, and Age of Ultron.
Basically anything Iron Man
Everything except Iron Man 1.
And Captain America, he's seen the only government agency he's ever trusted in, and as far as he aware, was co-founded. Turned out to be loads of Nazis.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Controlled by an underground robot Nazi.
I love that underground robot Nazi.
That were trying to assassinate millions of people to prove it, just to prove a point.
Okay, now I can understand why he's skeptical. Fair enough.
They've also built an evil super jail out at sea.
Oh, the Raft.
Which is obviously incredibly evil, and no one thinks that's ominous.
Who's in there at this point?
At the start of the film, no one.
Oh,
they've just got it.
Wow. I assume it's full by the end.
No, by the end it's just by the end of it, no one's in it again.
Oh.
Some of them get arrested and put in it, but they don't put the ones who you'd build the super jail for. So you don't get the big heavy hitters in it. It's just people who you could keep in a normal prison.
Okay. Because Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. did that. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had a super prison. I can't remember what it was called. It was called the
super prison.
No, it was called the Sandbox or something, I think it was.
Oh, that sounds nice.
Take us to the Sandbox.
And
at one point during the Hydra S.H.I.E.L.D. Civil War, the Sandbox gets broken into and everyone released. But everyone released, there's about 1 or 2 superpowered guys because it's a low budget show.
Yeah.
And it's just oh no, the man who makes ice and the hot one have escaped.
Oh no, that guy from X-Men who's kind of spiky.
Yeah.
Is it a spiky guy from X-Men 3?
Oh, fucking Hedgehog.
The Hedgehog man. On his trailers called him the Bad Hugger. Because it kills you by hugging you.
Oh god.
And then going all spiky. No, the super prison doesn't have anyone in it. At the start. Well, that's not true. It's got the Secretary of State who's in there dressed like a Nazi. And then everyone's going, oh no, Iron Man's I probably trust this guy still. As he's dressed there in the all black military outfit. We'll just lock them all away in this camp, prison.
Jesus.
But no,
I'm looking forward to seeing it. It does seem
it is really good fun.
I've always enjoyed the Captain America ones. They've always been solid.
Yeah.
Because Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3 were there.
It's a better Avengers film than Age of Ultron, even though 2 of the Avengers aren't in it.
That's fair, but it's Thor not in it.
No, Thor's pissed off to space.
Of course.
There's a bit of the Secretary of State's going, well, why did you know where Thor is? Because he doesn't live here. He's an alien. He lives somewhere else.
I know, but it's wife's here. Why didn't he take her sometime?
Yeah, but she's not in any of the films either.
True.
Paul has a wife?
It's Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman.
It's expensive to get Natalie Portman back though. They referenced it in Avengers: Age of Ultron, didn't they?
Yeah, she's
Jane's
off.
Jane's busy.
Yeah, we sent her somewhere. Can't put her in. No, the new editions are really good.
Cool.
Black Panther's fucking wicked. He's so good.
Excellent.
Like from the get go, like he does this. Wakanda, the whole point is this African country. It's super advanced. They start to come back out into the world after seeing basically the Avengers smash everything up.
Right.
And basically, there's a bit that a bomb goes off, and Chadwick Boseman does this incredible leap across a room just in a suit, and that's like his main power is he can jump really well.
Oh.
He's also got like a bulletproof suit. He's just wicked in it. He's like metal claws. He's not like a one-tone character either. Like he's in it quite a lot.
Cool. Is Spider-Man in it a lot?
Spider-Man turns up towards the end. Spider-Man is, despite the fact he's played by by a 4-year-old.
I mean, he's young. People forget this. Peter Parker is very young.
They do mention that he is 16.
Yeah.
That's really because he's only in like one fight really, and he sort of provides this really sort of like interesting like counterbalance to all of them. Like he's just sort of like, oh hey, it's me. I've got your shield. Hi.
Yeah,
and he's just kind of stoked to be there.
I like this. I like new young Peter Parker because he's not the focus of his world, and I think that's something that people forget. Like in the Marvel universe, Peter Parker's not really the focus of his own goings on. Like there's lots of shit going on in New York.
He's just kind of there.
He's a fun kid.
And he provides like a really good like little comic thing. Like Ant-Man is really good. Paul Rudd
is brought in as well.
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. Ant-Man turns up because he's the insect man for Captain America's side, and Iron Man is their insect man.
Everyone needs one.
He's really good. Like the when Spider-Man and Ant-Man are both fighting in that airport, they're just really funny. Some people won't like it because it's all very quips and jokes, and they're like, "No,
There's a lot of quips.
I want it to be dark and serious, moody." And it's funny. It's just here's a man who can go tiny, crawling around inside Iron Man's suit, pulling out wires and quipping it directly into Tony Stark's face from inside his own helmet. It's great.
That's cool.
Really good. This plays that Ant-Man was in it because his film was better than it should have been.
It was fine. I quite liked it.
And they all play off. They all get enough screen time, I think.
2 big ones as well.
Yeah. And like they get enough of a little. It's not just like Spider-Man turns up and goes away again. They get a little bit of an arc each. Like Black Panther gets quite a good arc throughout the whole. Bucky, all about Bucky.
People love.
There's
Bucky.
a bit in the film where he goes, "I'm not sure I'm worth this," and I can't myself agreeing with him. Like a lot of the film could be solved by Bucky just stop.
Yeah,
just turn yourself in.
I heard Bucky's like the main focal issue.
Oh god, he sucks so much.
On the subject of
who's Bucky?
The Winter Soldier.
Oh,
Metal arm dude.
His friend from the war.
Yeah, who worked for the Germans and then the Soviets. He's like a Manchurian candidate.
Oh, I see.
Born identity, like brainwashed as such.
He's a fine character. He's just a bit whiny. But yeah, onto gritty and grimy. Then Suicide Squad appears to be largely echoing another Marvel film, which was Guardians of the Galaxy.
They've had to job again. Tonal shift. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Because when they first announced it, they were like, Will Smith's going to be in it. He's going to be playing a wacky character. Jared Leto's going to be in it. He's going to be playing the Joker. Harley Quinn's going to be nuts. And then it became gritty, and now they're like, oh, everyone's nuts again.
Because the thing is, you can't just make everything gritty, and it's an inherently ridiculous concept. Like when that first trailer came out, it was all like, "Oh, stop it looked like an absolute buzzkill. Yeah. Like everyone's gonna be moody and like shot at oblique angles and see him properly.
Whereas the Queen one,
and then it was fun. Like, I want to see that film. That is great. And they didn't help themselves by like releasing all this Jared Leto stuff. Like you see that picture of him with the tattoos.
Yeah.
Like damage written on his head. It's like, oh, he's so like nuts, man. He just like write notes and leave them in the cameras, like who's seeing who, and like he'd send like used condoms to people for a 12A film.
That's just a bit weird. Yeah, no, I love that. I love he's like, this is the darkest Joker ever. It's like I somehow doubt it.
I doubt it. It's a 12A. It's got Will Smith in it, who will be playing Will Smith.
Yeah. Oh my god, like I was so annoyed because he was supposed to be playing Captain Boomerang, and then like they just made him like just made him Deadshot. Just the guy with the gun.
The thing is, Will Smith, has almost had like an evolution after sort of the early 2000s. He does tend to play more serious characters now. Like, I know After Earth is one of the worst sci-fi films.
I never saw it yet, thankfully.
General Cypher Rage.
Cypher
His
Rage
actual
is
character's
great
name.
I know. But in it, Will Smith does not even smirk once.
No, I've seen it. He just frowns the whole time.
He's not happy.
There is that weird little awkward thing when you see what it's like inside the Smith household. When Jaden's like trying to leave the table. He's ask permission. Can I leave the table? Can I leave the table what? Can I leave the table, sir? Denied! Like, oh god, that's what it's like living with him.
Then his wife's like, he needs a father, not a commanding officer. And then Will Smith proceeds to just be a commanding officer anyway.
I don't know. I'll watch it probably. I don't know how it ties into the DC universe as well. This is another thing. Like,
Suicide Squad.
Is that Ben Affleck's Joker? Yeah, that's
That'd be sick. Ben Affleck's Batman. Yeah. I think it's meant to be that Batman.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's never stated in any capacity, but if it is,
because it might take place before Batman vs Superman.
I imagine it does.
Because in Batman vs Superman, Robin's dead.
Yeah, and he.
Well, I think.
It's Robin's suit.
There's that suit, and it's like, suit, and that's not just an old shitty Batman.
It was the last laugh on you, Batman. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think DC doesn't have a fucking clue what they're doing, and that's probably an issue.
They've got no idea what they're doing.
We'll wait to see.
Like, they had a film where two of the most iconic superheroes of all time were in it, and it got shit reviews.
Free.
Wonder Woman. Yeah, shit. Obviously, my bad.
We forget because she was in it for like. Well, in costume, she was in it for about 10 minutes.
And then Marvel made a film with a talking raccoon, a tree that's got Vin Diesel's voice. Batista casts the chubby lead from a TV comedy in the action hero role, and basically just printed money out for the next 3 months, and then rolled around in it.
It's a really enjoyable film.
Exactly,
so good.
And with such weird source material.
And I loved it because it didn't follow the trend of actual superhero movies. It was just a sci-fi comedy.
Yeah, and I was a really good sci-fi comedy at that.
And then you've got DC going, oh, well, we can't do Wonder Woman. We can't do a Wonder Woman film. It's too strange for people. We've got a raccoon with a gun, and a blue alien that sings an arrow into people.
Yondu.
And then for some reason, Lee Pace with weird eyes and a hammer, and it all got a bit weird.
Did you see was it Jason Momoa? Khal Drogo, the guy playing Aquaman. Do you see his quotes? Some guy was like some journalist was trying to troll him. It was like, oh, are you going to be, Aquaman's a good swimmer, will you be alright? And he's like, oh, I'm from Hawaii, bro. And then the second one is like, do you reckon you look good in green tights? Like, I look good in everything. And just walks off. I was like, yeah.
Oh, Jason.
I fucking love Jason. I think he'll be a great Aquaman.
He probably just played Ronin from Stargate Atlantis again.
Probably. Stab up everywhere.
He isn't aged. He looks exactly the same as he did in Stargate Atlantis. Which is a weird place to get your start as well.
Chris Pratt got his start in the OC. Now he's in Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, season 3.
Yeah, we went over this earlier.
Telling Will this earlier today. Yeah, he's his first big role. He played Chet. There you go.
I've never seen the OC, but the fact that it's the OC and there's a character called Chet, I already know exactly what he's like.
Well, he's a hippie. That's the whole joke.
Oh, is it? No, the OC's taken me again.
So the joke is there's an alternate timeline where Chet is the asshole that his name implies, but in the general he's a drum playing hippie.
Oh, sounds nice.
He tries to steal the groundhog on Groundhog Day because he thinks it's cruel. Like Chris Pratt is just adorable in every role. I
assume the OC doesn't have a Groundhog Day episode.
They don't. It's a part of the.
It's in what's that place? Gobbler's Knob.
Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Punxsutawney, Gobbler's Knob. Yeah, and they don't think that's funny. I don't know what's wrong with Americans. They don't think a place called Gobbler's Knob isn't funny.
How did they conquer the world?
It's all piece of human.
Gobbler's Knob.
Oh, yeah, I guess
it is funny though. Come on.
What's a knob?
What's a gobbler?
The thing you open a door with?
Suicide Squad. What do you reckon it's going to be? Any good?
I reckon the average.
8.2.
8.2.
I thought it got immeasurably better when there was that little monologue of that guy reading out. He shoots people. He's a crocodile. He eats people. He burns people. He sounds so done with it.
Yeah. Imagine having to deal with that all day. Yeah, fucking Christ.
Exactly.
I get annoyed if there's any mildly aggressive person, let alone a crocodile man.
Not a huge fan of how in the newest trailer there's that bit where everyone's staring at Harley Quinn putting a top on or off.
Oh,
that didn't need to be done. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't.
Like they stop the trailer and she like pulls her top off or down, and then she's like, "What?" And it cuts to like every soldier staring at her. It's like, that's a bit gross though, isn't it?
Yeah. The internet.
But wasn't Harley Quinn designed with like a sexual edge? That the whole costume and everything is.
In the comics, yes, but there's like a reason for it. I can't remember why.
Well, so Harley Quinn is actually a creation initially from the TV show, and she's not very sexualized in that at all. I mean, she's a kid star in the show. I mean, she's slightly so. But yeah, no, in the comics, after she translated to the comics, they made her gradually more sexual. I'm not really sure why.
You know why?
I guess because she's a lady.
Comic books.
We know who reads them.
Yeah, but like she doesn't. Like I don't know enough about Harley Quinn to say if like being sexy is part of her character, but it doesn't seem to be. Her character mainly seems to be hitting people with bats and liking the Joker a lot.
Yeah, I mean, the annoying thing is, I'd say it's part of a character, but like you said, purely because comic books and they all need to be, and that's not a good reason.
Being a bit sexy does seem to be part of Catwoman's thing. Because she's a bit sexy, you go, a bit sexy, and then she decks you.
Yeah.
Poison Ivy, I assume, strangles you with a vine.
She decks you.
She's like, she's like, oh, a bit sexy, then she kisses you and you die of her poison lipstick or whatever. That's how.
I mean, that's not a particularly great stereotype to put forward.
I mean, she was
don't trust the devil vagina magic.
She was a creation of the 70s and 80s. It's Reaganism, I tell you.
Speaking of Reaganism, Punisher TV series.
Oh my god, I'm so
Shoot
happy.
the Crims.
Oh,
excellent.
I love that actor. He's amazing.
Oh, sexy Shane from The Walking Dead.
Crossover.
Good in Walking Dead. Good in Fury. Fucking great in Punisher.
I fucking love the Punisher. Like season 2 of Daredevil was the Daredevil stuff could have been removed. I've been just as happy just to see Daredevil and Punisher stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Foggy, because I like Foggy.
That episode, I think is like episode 2 or 3, where he's like on the roof and they're having their talk about crime fighting. Excellent. Yeah. Amazing stuff.
And he runs Daredevil's out with his whip.
What universe is Daredevil?
Marvel again. It's the same universe.
So he's Marvel, not Marvel Studios.
No, because they're all part of the same cinematic universe. Remember?
Marvel,
they get to cross over yet, but yeah, the implication is that eventually the TV series and the movies will cross over.
That's going to be a very dense film.
I mean, I don't know how they're going to do it.
I think they managed to finally balance it out with Civil War, but in Age of Ultron, there was limited screen time for those heroes. And if you then add Luke Cage,
Guardians of the Galaxy,
basically just Captain America again.
Yeah.
Jessica Jones, who
needs your whole film to herself.
Who has got superpowers, but it mainly punchy.
Yeah, I mean, she can jump really far, and she can
recover, and she can sort of fly.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is this, because Charlie Cox said the guy who played Daredevil said he was willing to be in the new, Civil War or whatever, and if they asked him to. Which they did. He
would not have fit into that film because a lot of the film's shot in like daylight and not in moody lofts.
And so like so the idea is eventually apparently because they reference it in the TV show, they reference things like Iron Man and Captain America. Sometimes very limitedly.
But also because Daredevil can get his ass kicked by dudes who can slow their heartbeat a bit.
That ninja.
How he'd meant to be fighting against Iron Man. So I can hear him. Where is he? Oh, he's 100 foot above me firing lasers.
Imagine like him versus War Machines. Like I can hear the machine gun running. Oh. But yeah, I don't think it'll really come to fruition. But I mean,
but then again, Batman was specifically made a suit, wasn't he, to deal with Superman? So they might do that kind of similar.
But the thing is,
give him eyes like Geordie LaForge.
Yeah, the visor.
He can see though.
But the
thing
is,
can't read a text message.
Batman could design a suit to deal with Superman. Daredevil can't really do anything to deal with Thor.
No, he can't even lawyer him because he's a shit lawyer.
They'll make up like a blind Norse god, and it'll turn out that Daredevil is actually a blind Norse god.
He's the only one who can defeat him or something. I don't know. I mean, I'd be interested in like
an invisible enemy that can only be tracked by sound.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in like limited crossovers.
The wind.
Just Daredevil flailing a stick around the middle of the park.
Because I don't know, something like Daredevil versus Captain America could be kind of interesting. Like
that could work.
A match, or I don't know.
Is Daredevil meant to be like
Natasha
super
Romanoff?
Strong? Or
No. He's
just a guy.
He's a blind guy. He fights.
Captain America will just get one hit in him.
Well, no, because the thing is, he can dodge. Like he's really fast, isn't he?
Can he hear his shield?
Oh, I know the shield makes that weird noise. Probably.
Yeah.
But everything vibrates at some frequency, so maybe they'll give like a special attunement seat. suit, even not a seat, because that would be horrendous if you had to sit down. Super powerful.
Just kicking from it, like a kid angry.
He sits down, memorises everything, and he goes, right, that's where they are.
They move.
He just hears a footstep. Oh, guys, come on!
Super silent.
Jessica Jones and Luke Cage could definitely fit in though.
Yeah,
and Iron Fist.
Iron Fist.
He's the fourth one in the.
They're running out of names.
Well, the fifth one now. So
these characters are like 60 years old. They ran out of names.
Yeah, they ran out of names. This is a new.
In Batman, there's the Clock King and the Calendar Man.
That's in the piss takey kid show.
No, they're real Batman villains.
They're as valid as any.
They pulled those from the Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Clock King. The Clock King.
Oh, it's been good to see he's achieved some sort of rank in the clock.
You don't achieve kingship. You're born into it. Don't give him any like. He hasn't worked for anything. It was divine right.
Iron Fist is like a kind of martial arts. He's like a teenage kid who gets tutored by an Asian martial artist to be like a ninja warrior.
So like Daredevil, but shooted by a blind.
But not blind this time. And he's got like a magical fist, so he can hit really fast.
Do you reckon the Turtles will make a weird cameo appearance?
Different franchise. So yeah, so Doctor Strange is coming out. Mr. Benedict Cumberbuns is playing.
Union can't sing.
Yep, can't sing. Yeah, fuck. And he is like, he comes from Nepal, and this does, seems like an inconsequential change, but it was literally done.
Benedict Cumberbatch. Doctor Strange doesn't. The Wand does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, both of them do.
Oh, do they? Oh.
Yeah, that's the idea. He gets his training there, but so Doctor Strange is kind of like two people. He's like a spirit, and then the guy.
Oh, like Shazam.
Yeah. A bit like that. And so the whole thing, the whole origin story takes place in Nepal now, which, like I said, seems like a minor change, but the scriptwriter admittedly then retracted, which doesn't really work after you've said the thing, and we're clearly told by Marvel to unsay the thing, which you can't do, that it was done so it could get into China easily, because it's the second biggest market, and they really wanted to sell it.
Because he said, you're making a political statement by having Tibet in it, so we didn't. That is also a political statement.
Yeah.
When removing Tibet entirely.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if it's in the source material. There'd be one thing if he added Tibet in to make a political statement, fair enough. But to remove it and then say we removed it for money is
we didn't want to get into politics, so we ignored the presence of a state that's currently annexed.
Yeah,
that's political as well, mate. Sorry,
it's ridiculous, and
that's why Tilda Swinton's playing it.
Yeah, I was going to say. And then they also made the Nepalese woman white as well, which is wrong irrespective. But
that's been going on since Gods and Kings, though. They weren't going to change.
I don't know. It was just quite annoying, and I mean, I'm surprised Benedict Cumberbatch for all his pizzazz would. And then maybe he didn't know.
You said China's the second biggest market. Mm-hmm. Well, the first biggest market, I'm guessing, is the Western world.
Well, it's America specifically.
America.
Not to make any sort of sweeping statements, but you can kind of see the financial logic of just getting known white people to play them, so people will see the name and go, "Oh yeah, oh she's good."
I can say no. That's. I mean, the Tilda Swinton thing is an issue, but it's not as big an issue to me as
the script writer saying Tibet doesn't exist for political reasons.
Yeah, he was like, I just wanted, I wanted to make a movie everyone could enjoy. I was like, well,
apart from Tibetans, or anyone vaguely aware of Tibet.
Then afterwards, he was like, what I said that time in no way reflected Marvel and was merely my own words.
Wow.
Because clearly they'd come down on him friggin' hard after that. Come down on him. You're like, you fucking idiot.
Don't say that. Michael Bay gets away with that sort of shit.
We were supposed to just ignore it. It was so easy.
We've got to the point where people are adding in extra scenes in movies for the Chinese market. They're just adding in scenes that might not even show here, featuring Chinese stars and the Chinese military.
Right.
Well, I want to say the last Transformers film. A lot of it's set in China, and the Chinese government and military are shown to be extremely efficient in dealing with the robots, because a lot of their funding came from China.
I know that.
They want to break into the market.
That's cool.
Whole bits of the film are in Mandarin with subtitles. You wouldn't go that in would you have seen that 10 years ago in a Michael Bay film?
Not at all.
No, not unless it was, we are going to destroy the West.
They have Optimus Prime protecting humongous industrial warehouses and then agricultural rice paddies.
Yeah, he's holding a giant copy of the Red Book, stood on top of a giant tractor.
He turns into an all red.
I like the new paint job. Yes, it is for the people.
Optimus Prime leading the way.
Optimus Commissar.
Commissar Prime.
Commissar Prime.
I don't know. I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense in a way, and I'm fine with it in a way. Pacific Rim, that was clearly designed to, appeal to the Asian market, and
was Pacific Rim. Was it a manga first?
It was original.
No,
it was an original.
You could believe it was the manga first because it's got loads of large piece set battles clashing, etc.
Yeah,
I think there's a difference between making a film whose genre is known to be more popular in other countries,
and then
then adding in extra scenes where you go, here's a Chinese film star blue screened in next to these other actors,
and then again between that and just removing a country because China doesn't like it.
Yeah,
you see that added in and taken out. These blue screened actors, they must have completely separate dialogue.
I don't think they actually green screen.
I
don't think in the Chinese version of Civil War that Mao will be green screened into Iron Man running towards Captain America.
Donnie Yen, just
yeah. If you had the balls to do that, then you would have to give them independent dialogue that could be thrown away for a Western
It's not
cut.
as far as the Chinese market is concerned, every time War Machine takes off his helmet, it's Chow Yun Fat.
That'd be
He's a
amazing.
great actor though.
That'd be good.
Every shot of inside the Iron Man suit is just Jackie Chan. Like, ah!
Put it that's like that Jackie Chan cartoon.
See, I'm not even sure the Chinese would be impressed to see Jackie film.
No, the Chinese government would. They call him a 5 pence.
They're his spokesperson. They're like he's like the spokesperson now.
Really?
He was like Hong Kong's had it too good for too long.
Yeah, he's really pro China.
He loves the mainland.
Yeah, he's
Wow.
very pro the party, which is weird. The Chinese will consider him a government shell, and they're probably correct. Let's be honest.
Wow, that's
You didn't know that, did you? Yeah, Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan, a hero from my childhood.
Is a goddamn commie.
Shill for they're not really communist anymore.
Well,
But
it's
certainly-
state capitalism, isn't it?
Yeah, but then again, they've got an emerging middle class and the most billionaires in the world. So
You can't not love them.
You can't not love them.
So I'm saying we've basically gone through this entire thing by just taking superhero. So should we just like round off on movies? So should we just round off on movies and forget we'll save the rest of it for next time?
yeah, go on then.
We'll just go to aliens because I kind of want to talk about aliens.
Aliens, yes.
Ew.
This is a big investment for Billy Ash here
Okay.
because I absolutely fucking love the Alien
Aliens are
series.
sick. So there's now 2 Alien films in production, allegedly.
Which would normally fill me with joy.
The Neil Blomkamp one, which will probably be good. Well,
Is
no,
that
actually,
is that the sequel to Prometheus, but the prequel to Alien.
no. The Neil Blomkamp one is like Alien 5.
Hey, that's going to be the Alien.
But
film,
I worry that everyone's like excitement for it is based in the far off distant year, like when District 9 came out, when Neil Blomkamp was still a promising director,
Rather than
as opposed
Elysium.
to Elysium and what was the other one?
Chappie.
Yeah, like a bloated pastiche of himself.
I think Neil Blomkamp's really gone downhill. But I mean, I think there's still the potential for greatness there. He was a really good director. He still can be.
Things they're all thematic. Chappie, District 9, and Elysium are all kind of a whole sort of oppressor versus the oppressed kind of.
Yeah,
As a white South African would readily know, I suppose.
yeah. Just write what you
But
know.
you've got to appeal to more people. You can't just put apartheid in every single.
Like they'll
thing.
probably we could
It's
also
true.
equally Aliens got
Where
that
would
a bit.
apartheid go in an Alien
Well,
movie?
wealth gap was the main thing in Alien.
Yeah, like
In
the
Elysium.
corporation.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm talking about Alien. Like
Like
they've always got the
Yeah, no, there's
that basically owns them.
The whole the corporation is a very strong backstory and provides a basis for the Alien films, but it is primarily about
I mean,
the big predatory alien.
there's that asshole. That
There's
one.
aliens in that film.
In
In Aliens, there's aliens.
Yeah.
Oh right.
Aliens is the second one. There is that asshole businessman.
Burke.
Yeah.
He's called, yeah. You know, strange thing I was telling you all earlier, but for the benefit of people who have
Who weren't
chosen
listening to us
to-
talking in the pub.
The Alien 3 was considered so shit by just about everyone involved with Aliens that the person who played Sergeant or Corporal, I can't remember, Sergeant Hudson. I don't think it was Hudson.
Hicks.
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 That's it.
Yeah,
Corporal
no.
Hicks.
Corporal Hicks.
The man who plays Corporal Hicks, for some reason the director of Alien 3 decided that all the main impressive survivors of the first film, which is the android bishop, which is Corporal Hicks, and Newt, the girl, they all survive.
come at night.
Ah.
Mostly.
They all survive after a pretty horrendous ordeal. I
Yeah.
think we can all
It's
agree.
a nice escape at the end
They
though.
start at the beginning of Alien 3 dead,
They just sort of die. Like
which ruins the entire struggle of the previous film. You go, what's the point?
Yeah, no, they're
And
great.
because the actor of Corporal Hicks hated that so much, he charged, I think it was about 90-ish% of the cost for the entire, that one scene where he's just dead, of the original price of Aliens.
But if I was making Alien 3, I'd just been like, alright, we'll make a mannequin that looks like you.
Well, no, because
Or just have his pod like sink into the
his
ground.
likeness had to be charged
That's
for.
when
Yeah.
you use likeness.
Pardon?
That's when you use
Yeah,
likeness.
just use a body bag marked Hicks.
Yeah.
But no, I
obviously
mean,
Like,
I disagree.
I would have just spited him.
Because I quite like the ending. I quite like the ending cast of Aliens, and I think it's sad that
Yeah.
they don't get developed upon and die pretty
Oh yeah,
quickly.
because Bishop does just survive. He's in half.
Yeah,
But he's okay.
He does survive, and all of them
Yeah.
are.
They get off.
They all die because the struggle in Aliens is monumental. First of all, they have like hordes of it. Then they have the weather. Then they have the
They have
fucking
the-
alien queen.
And the drive chase, and
Yeah, the
she burns everything.
you
the
do
dropship
want them
crashes.
to survive.
Mhm.
You genuinely want them to survive because
Yeah.
even the militaristic people, like the lieutenant, like
The
Gorman,
useless one.
Yeah,
Gorman.
he does redeem himself in the end.
I love
Like,
what's the name of what's her name? The other woman.
the
Michelle,
Latino
the one that
Yeah.
Michelle Gomez would be born to play in a reboot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When her and the other guy die together with a grenade, that is an amazing
She was
scene.
sick. She was
Oh.
sick.
You're always an asshole, Gorman.
Like
Yeah.
both of the sort of the heavy weapons people in that were great.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were brilliant.
Yeah.
They're both nutcases. Because you'd have to be the heavy weapons guy.
Just
Those
that
guns
whole,
were cool.
Just that whole team, and the sergeant wakes up just from cryogen, just
Apo.
cigar.
Yeah.
Cigar straight in.
A beautiful day in the court.
Oh.
Yeah, I love that.
Aliens has informed so much of what's come since about Space Marines.
Oh yeah, it's just they've always just been hard
Sergeant Opone is now in every video game under a different name.
Sergeant Johnson.
Sergeant Johnson.
He's Sergeant Johnson. He's just...
every paycheck a fortune, every breakfast a bank. I love the call, ladies and gentlemen. That is just brilliant.
I love the call.
And, basically, Aliens is a Vietnam movie.
Yeah.
So it's a James Cameron.
Yeah.
He's it's kind of what he was going for. You can get that, and it's also a big running theme through all of the Alien films is to do with the conflicts of femininity and masculinity. And there's lots of there's the whole aesthetic towards violation. The way the face is penetrating.
I do wonder how much of that is just H.R. Geiger being weird, though.
Yeah, true.
He was a weird. Have you seen his chairs? They're made out of dicks as well. The man's got an obsession.
Well, yeah, phallic weapons. Everything's phallic in the end. But the point of Aliens was to show that masculinity is stupid, hence all the bravado of the soldiers. But Corporal Hicks is shown to be the positive side of masculinity because he's not gung-ho stupid, love the core. I'm pretty sure he loves the core, but he doesn't love the core. Yeah. And coincidentally, the one you've mentioned, Michelle Gomez, was born to play. She's meant to sort of symbolise at that time the way women were trying to sort of encapsulate some of the ideals of men in order to survive in a man-dominated world, and that's the corruption of masculinity in her. Whereas Ripley is obviously the strong woman who's also soft,
who has banging trainers.
Absolutely fantastic trainers.
They're bringing those out. You can buy them in real life.
Really?
Yeah, I was going to say, because I know they released Back to the Future trainers. They're fine and all, but give me Ripley's trainers, please.
They got high top and low tops.
Beautiful. That is perfect. I'm getting a pair. They don't have any xenomorphs to fight. I'm pretty sure I die because I'm a bit useless. But
just keep them down a hallway. You've got a gun.
Burke was great.
We could drive away. Burke was hilarious.
Burke was fucking brilliant. Just typical. Even in certain death, he's still thinking of a percentage.
He's got to think about my margins.
I love that, and he's being so reasonable in the film. He's like, Ripley, you can get a cut of this. We just want to transport one. And Ripley's like, quite rightly, as of course the plot turns out, she goes, no.
See, because we go from that, and I'd say Aliens is the pinnacle of the franchise for and then
I could rank them in order easily.
And then
it's not hard, is it?
Well, it's Aliens, Alien, Resurrection, and Alien 3.
Yeah.
Of worst to best. No, just joking.
That would be freaking amazing.
Because at least Resurrection's kind of like
would you put
shit,
Prometheus on
it's
that
kind
list?
of fun.
Oh, Prometheus! Because Prometheus is a far apart sequel, even though it's clearly in the universe and it doesn't bear the name, it's just a separate film. I love Prometheus. I didn't actually hate it.
See, I thought it was fine. I don't think it's great though. I think
set up a lot of questions.
I think it's a significant down mark from Aliens, but I guess everything has been since.
Yeah, it has. But anyway, the new Alien films.
Yeah, I mean Prometheus. I will watch both of them. That's the sad part. I will definitely watch both of them.
Well, I think most people are gunning for Alien 5 because they love Alien. And what Sigourney Weaver's hilarious comment was that she was presented a script for Alien 5 in 2003. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm not doing it unless we put it on the original planet again for the third time. And that they were thinking, because
she wants that.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of Resurrection, the ship lands on Earth, and in an alternate ending, it lands in like a destroyed Paris kind of thing, in the vast future. Because between Alien 1 and Alien Resurrection, 257 years have passed.
Yeah, because she gets frozen and wakes up and all that.
Yeah. Aren't they in the space station surrounding Earth?
No, they're in a ship. SS Auriga. It's a military vessel.
I thought it was orbiting Earth.
In Alien Resurrection, mind you, Weyland-Yutani has been gone for 50 years. The corporation's not existed.
Really?
And any sequel they do won't feature Weyland-Yutani. The whole thing is that in the future it's just military scientists. They wanted to make the sequel on Earth, which would be a natural progression. Mm-hmm. But somehow Sigourney Weaver went, no, let's put it back on LV 226 or whatever it's called.
426.
426, that's it. And they went, fine, we'll do it. So alongside the Prometheus sequel, which is also this time called Alien something.
It's either Covenant or Paradise Lost.
I think it's Covenant now because Paradise Lost was the original working title.
Too literary.
And
I prefer Paradise Lost.
Yeah, but not many people know Milton in America, I'm guessing. But
Whoa,
They're not up on their 1600s English poets.
Whoa on them.
Metaphysical English poetry was great, but that aside, Covenant means more to it's Indiana Jones Ark of the Covenant kind of shit. They know what it means. It appeals to
Yeah,
the boss.
I saw Covenant and I thought it'd be like an alliance between humans and the white men, the albinos, engineers,
Yeah.
like them teaming up because
work.
for some reason, like one of the many questions that Prometheus raised and then did not just refuse to answer is why the albino men hate humans.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? Oh, we
They
won't
might
tell
have
you.
done something. My guess was that they weren't meant to discover them at that time.
Yeah,
Or
I think they messed everything up.
if
And
humans
then,
really
like, what
fucked
was
it
the
up.
black goo? Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I do agree. I think
What was
Prometheus
that
is quite
giant-
lazy, and it's.
What was that place? What was that giant head
But I like
about?
how they realised at least it was an airstrip, so this was a pretty large, fun civilization.
Or they worked as like a weapons outpost or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, why did they all run? Why were all the engineers running into that room with a giant head?
Good question.
Doesn't matter. What was that snake about?
Yeah, because they
Don't ask
don't have
questions.
facehuggers, do they?
No, look at that snake that goes down the race ball. Not race ball. Yeah, down his throat.
Yeah.
That's pretty grim.
Then there's that guy that gets turned into a weird zombie.
Oh yeah, that one I didn't really get. I was like, zombies have never been a thing in the
That was
Alien
the
series.
guy who came equipped with those floating robots that map out every part of the
Those are cool.
facility, GPS maps, and then still gets lost.
Yeah.
That guy,
That was funny.
the wolf guy.
Well, I know it's intentional, but what I hate from the Alien films is the naivety of everyone, and I guess it's part of the cyclical nature that people forget mistakes pretty quickly.
To keep
They
them,
weren't that
keep-
naive
keep
in the
it-
first one.
keep
Yeah,
them
the one was
on
like, oh, a little snake, hey little snake, aren't you
Yeah,
beautiful?
who was terrified of a dead alien, and then actual one's there that looks like a devil vagina on a snake.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you're so pretty!" Like, but
Yeah.
a dead thing that's been dead for thousands of years, you wouldn't go near it.
The characterization was all over the place in the film.
It was all over the place.
But who's the name of the lead actress?
Yumi Rapaz,
Naomi Rapace, yeah.
Elizabeth Shaw.
Elizabeth Shaw played the businesswoman, didn't she?
No, Elizabeth Shaw is the character name. Charlize Theron played
I'm sorry,
That's
the
wrong.
Very good acting, very good cast in Prometheus,
Yeah.
it had to be said.
A bit squandered, I feel.
It was, but I think like I'm trying to think of another example. This is going to video games. The Order 1886, that big PlayStation 4 AAA release, they released it to set up the franchise, to generate income, and
failed.
Yeah, I was going to say, are we really getting an Order 1887? I don't
no,
know.
but that was the logic behind it. Is that like if they make a AAA looking game and go, look, with more money and more time, we can actually make a big thing. I think
We can actually make a game.
Yeah, we can actually make a game. Like the guys, we can make a film if Prometheus takes off. And to be fair, Prometheus did do well in the cinema.
It was a fine. Like I said, it was a fine film. It just could have been so much better.
If you want me to include it into the ranking list on the Aliens films, it would come probably third above Resurrection.
I was going to say Dead in the Middle. I put it.
Yeah.
So.
But I'm Alien 5. Even less details are available for. We kind of can guess pretty much what the Prometheus sequel will be about, and hopefully she does go to the home world and some questions are answered because it's a very good universe and not answering questions. Dick movie.
Yeah, I think it's a really cheap way to build suspense and make your world appear deeper than it really is.
It's like the end of Halo 2,
yeah.
for God's sake, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Finishing the fight.
Closing comments on video games or not video games, the other one.
Aliens.
Aliens.
Or films at large, superheroes, take your pick.
Aliens. If you've never watched the complete series of all 5 films linked to the universe, then don't watch Alien vs Predator, and don't buy
Alien vs. Predator.
No, that's also shit. Don't buy Aliens Colonial Marines because I wanted to love that video game and I predicted a 7.3 when I was in uni on a radio station and it got a 3.6.
Ooh.
It was
It was so buggy. It's because Gearbox didn't make it.
And they also lied about the the
But
specs.
buy Alien Isolation. It's really good.
It's a good game.
My thoughts on Aliens or
You didn't get out.
Marvel Civil War's really good fun. Spider-Man's really good. Go watch them. Any
Nice.
closing Chapman comments on
No,
the topics at hand?
That's pretty much me. Like I said, I regret watching Batman vs Superman, but it was fine.
For the time you liked it.
It's not as, it's not as bad as people are making out.
Although you do work with people who called it a masterpiece, I remember.
I do. They are wrong. I'm looking forward to Civil War, and
yes, we're all imagining Bristolian people.
it's a masterpiece. It is.
I tell you what, though, mate, that Batman versus Superman masterpiece.
Yeah.
And if you take
Dawn of Justles.
Yeah, no, I'm in awe. I mean, they'll keep selling. That's the thing. Like, if someone can find Batman vs Superman a masterpiece, then superhero films are safe for like
Civil War's gonna blow their
safe
mind.
for years and years. That's the thing. It won't though. They can't comprehend. They comprehend it all on the same level.